Hey, nursing home abuse lawyer Will Eady here. Wanted to do an unboxing. I just got this new product, the DeChoker. I saw it advertised. We deal with a lot of cases that involve choking, death by aspiration, things like that. And so I saw this ad for this product and frankly thought of my kids. So I got two of them. I got an adult size and a child size, and I want to just take a second to look at this, take it out of the package, and see what we're dealing with. So it comes pre-sealed and sterile, and we see the device. It's got instructions here, including just a quick clearing their airway, tilting their head back, inserting the tube, and then you're basically doing like a suction process here. This mask piece fits over their mouth. You can see this piece looks like it helps protect their tongue, their airway, and you can pop out the offending substance or bolus of food or whatever might be blocking someone's airway. And what I would say when it comes to these kinds of cases, first of all, I've never seen one of these in a nursing home. Now, I don't go into every nursing home, and obviously I see nursing homes when they've done a bad job, or at least if we continue our investigation and move on to a lawsuit, it's because they've done something improper or negligent or reckless or what the case may be. And we see these choking death cases where people are either given access to a type of food that they're not safe with, they're not supervised like they're supposed to be. We've had cases where people have, whether it's dementia, schizophrenia, an eating disorder, they have something that makes it unsafe for them to be alone eating standard kinds of food. And so you see modifications that should be taken. They should be assisted. They should use smaller utensils. They should be encouraged to slow down. They should only be given certain types and textures of food that don't have the likelihood of creating a bolus of food that can get stuck in their throat and lead to choking. And the other piece we see is they don't always diagnose is the wrong word for nursing staff, but they don't always recognize, properly assess the resident who is choking. So we've had cases where people have died from choking. They were given access to food they shouldn't have had, and in fact, choked, ate that food, predictably choked on the food they should never have had, and the staff don't clear the airway, the staff doesn't do the Heimlich, the staff doesn't identify choking. We've had cases where until they get to the hospital or the EMS shows up and they start pulling food out of their mouth with special forceps they have for that. So I think that a device like this, whether it's DeChoker or another brand, frankly should be standard issue in every nursing home. We should have more than one of these for every dining area, every area where they have snacking. We're seeing these AED, these automatic defibrillator type devices in facilities and healthcare facilities and public areas like malls and things like that. I think the DeChoker, when it comes to nursing homes and assisted living facilities, should be required. And in fact, I'd like to get behind trying to make that happen. So if you have interest, if you're in Ohio, you have a loved one in a nursing home and you think they should have something like this, reach out, leave a comment, we'll follow up. And I think Eady Hills should be working hard to get these in facilities, so maybe we can stop having all of these choking and asphyxiation death cases. So Ohio nursing home abuse lawyer Will Eady signing off, hoping everyone stays happy and healthy in a nursing home. Thanks so much.